Welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 25 today. Should be a fun one. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with going around, kind of looking at some updates. I didn't do anything too crazy. No, like, real big updates that you would have missed, but just some efficiency updates. And then we're going to get into something I've been dreading a little bit, I guess, but we're gonna try to. I've gotten to the point now where I can't keep up with how much stuff's coming in and like putting it where it needs to go. So we are going to initiate our spaghetti protocol and make this look really pretty, but then turn it into. You can see what I got going already. We're basically what I want to do is I want to make a main line that basically goes around all of this. It's going to go around there. It's going to pick everything up and drop everything off at our assembly line. That's kind of my big goal. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but so there might be a couple cuts, but hopefully I can make it not look like crap and work. That's kind of the idea. And then I also want to get to the MAM machine and do a couple updates for the amplifying and the overclocking. I feel like it's time for that as well. But before we get started with all of it, I do want to thank everybody for the comments. Got a ton of good, really good ones. As I'm going through some of the updates, I took inspiration from a lot of the comments, so you'll kind of notice, if your comment was part of that inspiration. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. The interaction on this series has been awesome, so super cool. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Let's do the Q creant. I got a good one for today, and then we'll get going. So, my Q creant for today is... What movie would be made about you, and who would play you? So, like, who would play you if they made a movie about you, who would play you? And then, like, what would it be about? I feel like mine would be about maybe, like, my private military days. And then I think John Krasinski would play me, because I feel like he's, like, taller in real life. And I'm 6'3". I'm a pretty big guy. Because I was thinking, like, Statham would be cool. I feel like Statham, if he grew a beard, me and him could be brothers. But, like... Krasinski's very good in those type of movies, and he's kind of like me. So, but yeah, that'd be my answer. Is I feel like it'd be my private military days, and then like John Krasinski would play with me, or play with me, play me. So yeah, let me know. Let me know. What would the movie be about? That's about you, and who would play you? I think that's a good Q creant for the day. The question that creates interaction. Okay, enough talking. Let's get blasting away at what we updated here. So really here, not too much. I did create basically an overflow. So I ran into trouble where you can tell I got stuff moving pretty good now. I wasn't keeping up. So this is basically like an overflow container in case it gets messed up a little bit. It's kind of like a fail-safe almost, and if I know I get stuff in there, then I know something's backed up. But if we go around what I had to do, and I kept the route the same for now. I might update that later, but look at that speed. Okay, so here's where I was initially getting some bottlenecks. Okay, now that one's on purpose, right? Because that's fuel being fed into there, right? So we have, if that one gets, filled up, they're still going in. But we are creating a ton of fuel at the other spot. So you can tell I got the spaghetti protocol initiated here a little bit. Now this is actually kind of a tricky setup. At least I think. It took me a second. So I put a smart splitter here. Any undefined, so that's basically when stuff comes in. Yeah, you can see we're getting backed up already. When stuff gets brought in, any undefined, so my plastic and my rubber is going to go over there. Our fuel is going to go up here, right, because we have fuel going up the center, and then the right I have is overflow. So what this does is plastic and rubber will go that way, fuel will go that way, and then I was getting jammed up because the fuel machine wasn't keeping up with the fuel coming in, because we got a lot coming in. So any overflow is going to be sent over here, where it's getting merged with also the overflow of the empty canisters. So the empty canisters were backing up as well. So I have two overflows being merged, and then this one is basically sending the canisters over here, right, to make the turbo fuel. But so that's kind of how I solved this conundrum, which I think it looks okay. I know there's some stuff kind of running around and whatnot, but I feel like it's clean enough that it makes me happy. Plus we're getting tickets on overflow. So that's how I kind of fixed that. And then let's see. I don't think I really updated anything over here. But yeah, the oil factory is really producing a lot of goods. Okay, so it's keeping up. It's keeping up for right now. What else? What else? Okay, so big one obviously is I updated the assembly line. I got the walls in. I think it looks pretty nice. I didn't redo the wiring yet. I just haven't had enough time to do everything I want. We do have circuit boards coming in, and then we have on our assembly line we have a couple of the resources or a couple of the things that we needed, like the modular frames and the computers are being built. I know I'm running low on the frame material there, but that's fine. We're not going to worry about that right now. So yeah, we've got our manufacturing stuff up there, and then we've got our assembly line down here. That'll be the bulk of the episode. But I do want to show everybody real quick. I did change this a little bit around, so if you want to go uppy, you're doing that one. If you want to go to the oil factory, you're doing that one, right? So if you go up, this will pop you up here. And then I still gotta, I gotta change all this stuff around yet. Lot to do. And then the oil factory, I set up a little thing to make me go over here. So yeah, if you want to go to the oil factory, you just hop in the oil factory one. But I feel like that'll be like our Grand Central Station right there. Oh, oil factory changes. I didn't change anything from our blueprint. I did add, so we got all 4 refineries up and running, making fuel, and then we have our full setup over here. Oh god. Now if we start amplifying stuff, we'll be able to get even more. I believe it works with the oil. I haven't played around with it yet, obviously, but that'll be a next episode thing. Again, I didn't have time to do much over here, so everything's basically still the same. One thing I did realize is smokeless powder I forgot to mention. For right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of these and just turn it into smokeless powder and add it in when I want to do that. We'll see. It'll probably actually be this one, so that way I can put a thing here and then put the gunpowder in there. You can see we're pumping out a lot of stuff. And I know we had a really good comment reminding me to double up, right, like right here. So this is another reason I was falling behind, because this was just going too slow. So I got this doubled up, right? So I did the double stack, and then just two of these bad boys going into there. That really helped. That was a good reminder. Thank you for that tip. Yeah. All right, let's head back. I wonder, let me see. Yeah, I was just going through, I believe that was Justin. Justin was the one that reminded me of that. And I feel like MSC or Enigma told it to me before, probably both of them, because I should do it more, like doubling up instead of going side by side. It's just better, but yeah, so a lot of good tips. So those are the updates. Everything's up and running. We're producing a lot. But like I said, I'm falling behind, so I want to see if I can make this not suck, but get the job done and look okay. I think it's gonna be tough. So there might be a few cuts in here, but we'll see. And all right, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I am, I'm sorry. Yeah, this one's gonna be all about the assembly line here. It's gonna be tricky. Let's start over here. Let's start getting stuff kind of merged. So what's gonna happen is things that I need, I'm gonna split off. That way I still have a supply coming in for my use, or if I want to add stuff to certain areas. Let me make sure I'm not getting backed up too much here. You can tell we got like a... Oh, yep. This is why I need to do this, because this stuff's coming in so fast. I can't keep up anymore. Put that in there. Give me 100 for my thing. Okay, that should be good enough. So again, like I was saying, we're gonna split stuff if it's used and send it over to be merged, and then it's gonna get sent along the wall here. So I'm hoping this doesn't. I'm hoping it works. If it sucks, we'll we'll put up something better, or we'll adjust it to make it look better. Why are you? Is that in the middle? I really hope that's in the middle. That's gonna bug me. But I don't know how many of these I'm gonna need. Already that one's moved over. It's really far. I wonder if I can. Fit the merges like that. I should be able to, right? All right. So let's, I guess, start over here. So concrete's, I guess all of this stuff's used for something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh God. Surprised. My daughter's homesick today. If you hear coughing, that's her. But I'm surprised when I said 6, 7, I didn't hear some yelling coming out of her room. Okay. So that should be fine. 2, 4. I'm gonna do this. 2, 4, 6. One more additional one. Yeah, let's see how it works. Let's just get started with it. All right. So again, this is gonna be quite the finagling here, but I think we can do it. So if I put a splitter here, and we don't got to get fancy with these splitters. Crap. Where's that straight? I think it's straight right there. Oh, you suck. All right. Yep. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put you there. All right. So we're split. We're straight. This first one should be pretty easy. Straight enough. Okay. No. All right. Now I took those off, but if I hook you up to there, the question is, what do I got to go up one more, or down right to there? I feel like it's gonna be there. And then we're just gonna use Mark 1s for these because we don't have. Oh, I hope that's long enough. Oh, of course it's not for that one. That's okay. This one's gonna be a little bit more of a pain in the butt than the other ones because I don't have enough length to get across there. Didn't really think about that. I guess I could do. I definitely don't want to do this too much, but I guess I can put one of these bad boys up. All right, let me see if I got enough height. See how that looks. Right, so we're gonna basically have a bunch of some cross action here. This goes down. I guess that's not terrible. If I do 3, I think that might be better. Yeah, I hope this doesn't ruin the look of my factory. That's kind of the big thing I'm having with this, but I really don't know. I don't know how else to do it. Let me see. If I do. One, 2. Is that even? guess it goes up a little bit. I don't know if we want that or I want it to go down. Again, I'm just kind of getting the... 1, 2, 3. If I go up to the third one. Yeah, 3 it is. See, so we're just getting our nice little split here. I'm going to do that. Yeah, the beginning, I got a feeling I'm going to be doing this a little bit. Just kind of getting a hang of how we want to do it. Go. Stab it. Right there. Yeah, there we go. All right. So there's our first cross section. And then I'm going to need... yeah, I feel I'm just going to be kind of redoing these. Alright, so... you're going to be pretty much straight on. Make sure that's straight. It is not. Oh yeah, okay, I see the, see what line I had it on. Alright, now these, I believe I had Mark 3 going. These are being produced a little faster. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do... What does that take? Okay, it's not too bad. 1, 2, 3. I hope this one reaches across. I think I'm gonna take all my outside belts and make them into 4. That is nice. Is it straight though? Ah, dang it. So what would that be? Straight in the middle of that? Yeah, okay. So that's the little stuff that's gonna bug me. So it's like, all right, I'll let's get it right for now. That's a pretty easy fix. So if I do, I want it middle. Splitter, middle. All right. I guess if that happens a lot, I'm going to, I'll fix it off camera. If I'm just slightly off, it's kind of easy enough. Easy enough for myself to fix. I should put, I'm going to be using these quite a bit. I should put this in my hotbar. All right. So now we should have... Yep, we got our metal plates being split up. Very nice, very nice. Oh, yeah, I can show off that one thing. So, like, right, like, let's say we do that, we lock the hologram, and I'm like, oh, it's too far that way. Okay, then I have to do it. And then you can see on the bottom you got the half nudge and the vertical nudging. Okay, so that was a an excellent tip there. Right, so then we can... lock her. She's good, and then we'll build it. Very, very good indeed. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna upgrade all of these to 3. I'm gonna eventually anyway. So I won't do it now, but probably next episode when we come back, I'll have just tier 3 belts on everything in here too. Still not straight. That just annoys me. Oh, because I didn't put it in the freaking middle. Are you kidding me? God, I even locked it. Ah, you suck. Will I cut that part out? Maybe. Not too sure yet. Okay. Is it in the middle? Jeez. Don't worry, someday I'll get good at this game. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's get this. If it's not good this time, I'm leaving it. And I'll fix it later. Alright. And that. And that. Holy cow, I did it. Alright, so all of our stuff is good. Everything's splitting. I know, and I'm going to do the top part too, and what I'm going to do with those ones is I'm going to hang them off the ceiling. But for right now, let's just get the bottom floor main line working, because this is going to be a pain in my butt enough. Right, so now all those things should merge. And then I'm actually going to do 4 out here. I got to make sure I have enough stuff. You know what? Here's the tricky part. Cool. So I can bring out... Oh. 3... Ooh, I didn't think about this. Merged it. So that'll be... Ooh, that might actually work. So if I put out... here's where the brain starts hurting. If I put another one... there... Wait. Hold on, let me think. Yes. Alright, now I need you to line up. Nope, that is not lined up. Yeah, I think that'll work. I didn't think about this, but it should be fine. I should be able to put a tiny little belt in there. Let's just do that. You're gonna be a pain in the butt, aren't you? No. Just right there. I think there's a belt in there. Now what we should be able to do is let's get ready for 4s. I should be able to connect you to you. Connect you to you. How did that go? Kind of want it to look nice too. Yeah, that looks better. And then you to you. Okay, let's see if that worked. Alright, so everything's coming out. Am I getting sheets in there? Okay, yep, so this one is connected. Beautiful. Alright, so now everything's going to be coming out to here. And then here's our main line. Okay, so now we just got a smorgasbord of random crap. So this is where the fun begins. Now I need programmable splitters like everywhere. I don't know why I didn't put a programmable one here. Let's do... Yeah, so the... Hopefully I have enough stuff for these. Or not, sorry, not programmable. This one, the normal ones are going to be smart. Smart splitters will get the job done. And then it should go up to where it's blue. Is right below that line, which is where I want it. Okay, so then what we'll do is... Oh, the other thing is... I need to merge that line, and there's going to be another line coming out here. Ooh, how are we going to do that? Let me think. Oh, how am I going to set out a merger there? If I put a merger... So you're going to go out that way. That might work. Just trying to think ahead a little bit here. So you're gonna merge into there. I need you to merge into there as well. So maybe we'll do... how's that gonna look? I wonder if I just make it go straight. Yeah, let's try that. Sorry if you're not following along. I'm gonna try to... once it's kind of done, it'll look a little better, I think. All right, so that's good, because there's going to be another line coming from over there, because I'm going to have stuff over there, too. Basically, this is going to be just a big merry-go-round over here. Okay. So this is programmable, or this is a smart splitter. So left output, we're going to have, what do we have, metal sheets. So we should have, what are those called? Iron sheets? Iron plates. Ah. I'm only on episode like 25. And then this will be... I think if we go any undefined... I think any undefined or overflow would work in this instance. And then that would flow over to here. Now this is I think this is a smart splitter too. I have to put a programmable one in here because we're gonna have screws going everywhere. We got screws going up and down. So this is gonna be like the trickiest one of all of them right here. Where do I want to put that? So the screws go there. Left, middle, right. Okay, so if I put that... yeah, I think that's kind of where I had that one too. Alright, I need to go into here. Okay, so this one's going to be programmable, and I'll show you why in a second here. Alright, so if we have... oh, let's see. So the reason being is I'm going to want screws going... well, actually, hold on, let me think about this now. So we'll go left, right, and then I'll have another splitter on the other side, so maybe I don't need... maybe I didn't need a programmable one here. I was thinking maybe that was a different idea for a setup I had. Let's try without that. Let's try a regular one. Get up high enough? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we got our stuff coming around, splitting iron and anything. Now here's where this is gonna look not as great. I haven't really found a better solution for it than this. Right, but stuff will just kind of go in there. Okay, and then here's the tricky one. Let's see if I am thinking about this correctly. Let me take that off. So if I put up another splitter, let's see. So you're gonna split there, and then okay. Hopefully that worked. And then we'll have you're gonna go to screws. Belt is too steep. No. Cannot have that. Oh no. Okay. Curve works. Oof. Right, and then you're gonna do... oh no. That was very unfortunate. It's gonna ruin my whole thing. I might have to maybe move these in then a little bit if that's gonna be an issue. Ah, shoot. Okay, I wasn't planning on that. Yeah, I guess they are pretty steep, huh? Right, so then what we'll have to do is, like, we can shorten these up, so it's not a big deal, but... I guess let's delete that. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna have to shorten the rest of these up, too, so it doesn't look bad. That makes me sad. I wonder how short I gotta go. Maybe like there, just to be sure. Did that copy it over? Oh, it did. Nice. At least don't have to redo that then. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll do that later. Let's see if we can can get this one in there. Okay. Yeah, and then then we just gotta like redo the belts because we got plenty of space over here. I wonder if I should make it go in even further. I have to redo those two then. It's gonna annoy me. Where's this line? It goes right to that line. I guess that'll work for now. We'll see. Once we get it up and running, I can move stuff around later. Okay, now we're gonna need to go up as well. So this is where the tricky part comes in. Right, so I could put I could just ignore it, or I can put like conveyor holes up there. Let's just put that in for now. Right, so oh, maybe I might have done that. Right, so this would have to go like right above it. Should it be that one? Yeah. So that way it doesn't have the clipping look. Right, so then we'll just put that up there. And we can actually, let's go out there and look. Right, so then we can kind of decide on where we want this, and I'm thinking just like that level right there, so you can kind of see how it lines up then. And that actually worked out perfect. I think that'd work out so good, right? But then we can connect that to there, so we'll have some kind of poking through the roof, working their way up here. Okay, so that should be the hardest one, which I'm kind of sad I got to move all those now, but that'll be fine. All right, let's go and make sure this works. Okay, yep, so we should be able to straighten that. Put that there. Right, so then, yep. I didn't see if anything went there, but now we have this coming over here. All right. I think we're getting somewhere. All right, now we have iron rods are next. So let's do. Yeah, I know it's not gonna be perfectly centered, but that's fine. So with iron rods, I don't think there's any up here, right? No. That'll be fun once that stuff changes again. I'm gonna have to like, I don't want to redo all this, but I got a feeling I'm gonna have to do something. Let's see. Did I put a? No, I did not. Let me put. Oh, that's right. I have that on my other one. I'm gonna put just a smart splitter there. So we'll be using this one quite a bit. So we want it matching there. Right, and then we're gonna need a regular one in here. Bum, 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 bum. And where are you going? Oh, I'm missing rotors. Hold on. Hold on. A couple of them. Okay. All right, and then we should have iron rods. Definitely not liking some of these. Not really? Is it too steep? Ooh. Might have to move... you might have to move it over one. Put it in the middle. Check if I put this one in now. Oh, and it's getting dark. Working at night. Let's see. So we can put in a regular splitter here. And let's go change that one out there. I'll probably do a couple more of these because I think you're probably getting the idea, and then we'll bring everybody back maybe once it's kind of done. But I don't want to skip too much. All right, and then you're going to feed that. Okay. Find. Let's make sure that the things go down first. I suppose it will be a little easier when I move these back too. I might go ahead and do that real fast too. Yeah, it's oh, yep. Not quite as good as I was hoping. Yeah, belt's too steep. Okay. So we're gonna have to move these back. I think, give me a second. I'm gonna move all these back. I think that'll be a little bit easier, and then I'm gonna probably do a chunk of this and then bring everybody back. I think everybody kind of understands the idea of what's going on here and what we're getting at. Spacing wise, I know these are really close, so it's the man. Yeah, after we get done with that one, just being that they're like this, it almost would have been easier if I didn't have them next to each other. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, give me a second. Let me clean this up a little bit, and then we'll bring everybody back. Okay, I believe we are all set. That did take a little bit of a minute. All right, so before we get everything rolling, I cleaned it up a little bit, so we've got some stuff. Basically, I'm daisy chaining the merges right there, which I think will clean it up, especially if we have to add stuff, because I did forget about the plastic over here. So I do have plastic that's on its way, and then if we do have to merge that again, like if I have more stuff that comes from there, we can set that up. So if you're kind of looking at the whole factory from this point of view, like obviously it doesn't look as good anymore, but with my setup, I'm not really sure how else to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it. I think it's okay for now. It's basically you got everything coming in straight, and then everything is a level up that's going over. Right, so you can kind of see maybe it makes more sense there. But anyways, it's okay for now. We'll see. If you have good ideas about how to make that look cleaner, let me know. Otherwise, we'll kind of see. But everything's getting merged into here into our main line, which should be running at a good speed. We've got Mark IV everything. All right, now here's this part. This part gets a little crazy, but I think it actually looks pretty clean. For the amount of work that this is about to do, you'll see in a second. I think this is about as clean as I can make it look. So I did go with a couple of programmable splitters, which is, I knew there was a reason I did that test, but basically if there's something on the bottom, so like something in the assemblers area, and then also something up here in the manufacturing area, if I want it to go to double levels, then I'm programming it to do that. So it's going to split the screws, so the screws will go this way, and then they'll also keep going this way. Okay, otherwise that'll just take all the screws and we won't get any up top. So for those items, and there's only a couple of them, I think like plastic might be, ooh, actually, you know, now that I think of it, yeah, I think plastic's another one, isn't it? And I have a regular splitter there. Oh man, I messed it up already. Hold on, let me get this shouldn't take too long. Let me get a programmable splitter in there. if I have enough stuff. I need 2 computers. Let me fix this up real quick, and then we'll go over what's going on. Do I not have? Dang it. So I left myself a couple holes to get around a little faster. I'm gonna make that a little smoother too. Give me some computers. There we go. Make sure I got everything now. Splitter, yeah. Yeah, if there's anything else that I'm missing, I'll kind of fix it after, but I know the plastic is one of them. So what we did was I just put like that in there. That should hook up there, and then we'll put our belts in. Okay, and then I'm gonna need a belt there, just on the inside of that. And then right here, I'll explain that in a second. Let me just make sure that's wrapping around. There we go. Okay, beautiful. All right. So as I was saying, on the bottom part here, anything that's going up top, I programmed it to where it splits. Otherwise, it'll feed directly into there. And then I did maneuver these to look a little better. I might actually put another hole right there to walk through. I went with these. It just, I don't know. To me, it looks cleaner than having the thing like come down from the wall. So basically all the splitters are going to feed into our, what are those things called? Our lifts. And then once the lifts, send the stuff down, it'll go in the barrels. Or the storage containers, and then it can get to work. All right, so stuff's coming in. It's going here. I'm just going to follow the whole path. Right, we're going through our splitters. It's splitting stuff up to the assembly line. Then it's coming up around here. We're going around. Okay, there's a merger here. You'll see why in a second. All right, and then all of these are just mergers. So this is picking up this stuff in here that the assembly line is making. So if the assembly line is making something and we need it, which we do, we are going to get all of those set up here. So basically half of them are going to go into my container. The other half are going to get sent to do stuff. Okay, that way I have some if I need some. I can move it around. But all these are getting just merged into the main line. And then here's the interesting part. So the main line then, and this one I just had to do off on the side, so it's just a regular merge. So now we're going through a split. So everything's going to be kind of split that's, like going through here. That way it'll stay down there or it'll come back up here, right? So then we have more splitters. So now these are all just smart splitters because it's really only one thing that they can go to. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to send stuff back down. We'll see. If I have to change that, I might, but otherwise these are all just smart splitters. So leftovers and new stuff can be sent up here, right? And then anything that's left over is going to come around here and it's going to get remerged into the main line. Okay, so basically we have a where it's getting remerged there, and then over here it's getting split back up so that way it can go up top. So if everything is correct, materials should be flowing pretty fast and they should be going to their designated spots. I think I just have to connect that one and we should be off and running. Let's see if in fact we are. And then after this we'll do a couple of those MAM upgrades. All right, and there it goes. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, I'm seeing stuff rolling down. Okay, I think we're pretty good. What's this one? Steel beams. Okay, I don't have steel, so that's the top part. I got to get the top ones in yet, but that'll probably be next episode. Okay. All right. Do we have any plastic rolling through here? We should. Wait. Oh, did I forget to program this? Yes, I did. That's fine. Let's add here our plastic. Okay, so we'll add that, and then we'll also add plastic again, so that way it splits it for us, so it can go up top. Add that, add an item, there we go. All right, now we get some plastic rolling through here. It should. Let me see. Yep, there we go. All right. So that part's working. Oh, yep, there we go. Nice. We got stuff being sent up here. I wonder if I should go any undefined or overflow. Because if we get overflow, I don't want the belt to stop. So what would that look like? Any undefined? Let me just see. Or just overflow? Would that work too? Yeah, okay. So maybe I do want to set all these to overflow. Here, I might just add one. Yeah, it looks like we're still sending stuff down. Okay. Let me just add overflow, just in case, so that way if it gets backed up, it'll keep sending stuff out. There we go. And then for it to, it would have to back up then the whole belt. So yeah, I think this is what we want. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I just don't want the belt to get backed up. Like, say we get enough metal sheets in there, you know, that the belt would get, like, the belt would stop because, geez, there'd be too many metal sheets, you know. So if we go overflow, then it should keep overflowing them. But I think that would we would really have to get messed up. All right. Let me just change these, and then we're gonna go look at our MAM machine. So this was quite the ordeal. If it's not the best, hopefully it at least gives you guys and girls some ideas on how you can do it better. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for there. So it's basically just a big ol' merry-go-round of stuff, and it'll just keep pulling. Let's see, how are we doing over here? Yeah, so we're moving pretty good. Yeah, I like that. So then it's kind of splitting everything up, and you can see, like, so let's see, how is this moving? Okay, so it is sending stuff up. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if I messed anything up where it kind of gets backlogged, but I think that's pretty good. It's splitting it if it can go that way. Yep. All right. Well, again, let me know. I'm sure as I'm playing, something will come up, and I will have a little spot that I messed up on. But for right now, it looks like we're moving, which is awesome. So now I hopefully shouldn't have to worry about this too much. I just got to kind of pretty it up a little bit. All right, well, there we go. So my Operation Spaghetti Storm. What did I call it at the beginning? I don't remember. We'll have to see. Whatever I put on the thumbnail is going to be what I go with. But yeah, that's that. All right. Well, I'm glad that's finally up. That was a big old pain in the butt. But I think it looks okay. Kind of got to think of maybe like a skyway here into there. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's look at those MAM upgrades. Ow. I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is backed up. Yeah, I'm guessing we're not moving for some reasons here. Yep, let me clean this up real quick, just so because I didn't touch this while we were doing that, so I'm sure I have just a ton of stuff. Let me grab that and get stuff moving. Otherwise, it's going to back up our whole chain. All right, that should be pretty good. Yeah, there we go. We're flowing. I'm guessing those are all full. I didn't get up in anything into the overflow yet. Okay, so we're still running. All right, MAM machine. Man, I'm trying to think of. Oh, Spaghetti Protocol? Operation Spaghetti Protocol? I don't know. What do I like better? Spaghetti Protocol? Initiating Spaghetti Protocol or Operation Spaghetti Storm? Not sure. We'll see. We'll see what the thumbnail says. Maybe I'll ask the little one. She'll probably be like, I don't care. All right, what was the crap I was looking for in here? Oh yeah, overclocking and what's this one? Here's overclocking. So I need, what is that, like a shard? I need one of those Sluggerinskis on me here. I think just like one of these will do. Yeah, I wanna start looking at just becoming more efficient, and then overclocking and using the sloop stuff on like our miners and whatnot. I think is kind of my thought process. Power slugs. All right, overclock production. Here we go. Very nice, very nice.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
And then the last one I want to look at is this one. So I need 50, 100, and one of them. Okay. Should have everything we need now. So let's get this last bit done here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Production amplifier unlocked. Every single manufacturing and smelting building will be backwards compatible with this new technology. These buildings can now have a summer sloop embedded to increase resource output without requiring more input, at the cost of greatly increased power consumption.
Flow cycles within flow cycles make explosions into temples into explosions into temples. The spin sphere of woven windows. Each tiny body contains tinier bodies until the line layers fold into curves which folds into threads which weave a tapestry. A song of light and leaf and flower, a dance of matter clouds and...
I think they're trying to explain energy to matter conversion theory, but you do not need to understand it to do your job. I'll just mute them for you so you can continue your mission. I, however, will be taking notes. This is fascinating material.
Interesting. Okay, so we'll work on this next episode, but you can see how there's like a clock speed and then an output multiplier, all that fun stuff is what we'll probably look at a little bit next episode, and then we'll clean some other stuff up. We'll probably look at completing phase 3, some of them bits. But yeah, I think that was a fun episode. So we got we initiated the spaghetti protocol. It looks like it's still flowing and working. So we are near full automation, which is awesome. It made the factory not look quite as good, but it still looks okay. There's just a lot more going on now. But anyways, let me know if there's like any cool ideas you got how to clean it up or improve upon. Otherwise, hopefully I gave you some good ideas with how I did it here. Yeah, I think that is it. I think we'll call this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.